saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Well, folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from the Superdome. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Reload. Viking 18.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. But you look at this defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they have been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
70 Ranger, 60 Bobcat.
They'll try and throw for it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Here we go. 72. Check smash. Hey, check that. Street. Go.
And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 40 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And they'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
70 Lion.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kendre Miller, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Saints 7, Panthers nothing. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And they finally stop him, but not before he's inside the 15. A terrific return.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
70 Timberwolves. 19 tight. 19 Hawk 70. Hawk 19.
Now Haskins to throw it. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 6-yard line.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
At the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Street. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Go.
Inside handoff now, Miller. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He's taken down at
The Saints at 8-1 on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl front runners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
And he stopped immediately there. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Operating from the gun, St. Clair. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visiting Saints who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in New Orleans. Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kendre Miller. Career touchdown number 136, tying him with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list. And the Saints lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Panthers nothing. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Up the middle they go. Harper. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. Now 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw, Haskins. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Harper. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Haskins to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Panther 60, Panther 60, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Here's Haskins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line.
That's good for a Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 25.
Haskins will throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now it's Haskins. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Haskins back to the air. On the slant, he's got Sanders. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
The play is a turnover on downs.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 15-yard
Defensively, we
line.
always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
At the 11-yard
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd down, Miller. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That is caught. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That's good for a Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 144 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Quick move by Miller. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now Ellington. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
19 Tiger.
Here's Ellington. Oh, nice move. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try and run for it with Miller. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with second and goal coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Again, they run with Ellington. And this time he is in. His 7th touchdown on the ground and 10th overall. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 21-0.
21. Panthers nothing. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
The Panthers will line up.
Haskins now. They're going to try to throw for him. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
Saints 21. Panthers 6.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On the ground, Ellington. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harper. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Panthers first down. A gain of 9 yards. First down.
On play action, Haskins. He's going to look deep down the field. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Ready, set. Ready.
They'll try the left side. Harper.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now it's Haskins. That is caught. McMillan with it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try the left side. Harper. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Haskins. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 6.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
It's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up 4th down.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Panther 11, Panther 11, go.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers get a bit closer. The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get in as they're back within his score now. The lead's down to 7. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shedding the tackle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
At the 27-yard line.
This is Ellington. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
10 at the 34-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
4 yards.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their number one goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Second down and 6 now.
Ready. Crap going.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Now, he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is third down and 12. Looking to throw. St. Clair. Got a man on the right sideline. Matt Stevenson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
And once again, that middle going to be clogged up as he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. This is caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be fourth and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. A field goal would make it a two-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Back to throw. St. Clair. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. ETN once more. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Haskins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
He'll find McMillan here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Haskins. Wide open receiver complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
2nd down and 10.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. So left side, it's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
19 Tigers, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Looking to throw, Haskins. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Haskins pass. Intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Second and 12, operating from the 39. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Here we go, set. Mikey, 18. Set, hurt. Set, go.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
It's a gain of 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Cowboy 80. Check smash, check smash.
On second down, they'll run it here. Evades him at the 10. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Street, ready. Get him. Ringo.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for a score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead now up to 14.
Saints 35, Panthers 21. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Here comes second down. They go play action with Haskins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for New Orleans, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get to stay home again next week.